What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with another episode of Family of Fiance Season 4, Episode 8, Sky and James. Parents just don't understand. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure we are liking the videos so I can stay in the algorithm of things, y'all. I know I'm talking fast, but I got 2 more videos to hit, and I really need the rest for tonight. So check me out live on the Black Girls Den podcast, 7:30, 8:30 Eastern. Y'all, we're going over Family and Fiance, an episode of Family and Fiance, and an episode of Divorce Sisters. All right. So Sky and James. Okay. So they were together for a year. At their engagement party, we found out that her dad got drunk, jumped in the pool. He was acting a fool because he had that Don Julio. Okay. I don't know what he had, but I'm just saying. So they meet with Tracy. So she talks to Tracy about what happened at the engagement party. And it just felt like, he probably was taking the attention away. I don't know why. She said he's been doing drugs and drinking for a while. And said her parents divorced when she was 5 years old. Her mom remarried another man who was then abusive, but he ended up passing away. Kiva was like, hey, God moves how God is supposed to move. She didn't say that, but that's what she was saying. So, we find out that her mom Monique is coming, her brother Ja, and her dad Terrence. On James's side, the family is his mom Sheikah, brother Jalen, and cousin Drika. So Sky and her mom's relationship is good, but she just don't like her mom's choices in men. She felt like that they were really poor because you went from one person to the next. And so there is that level of not really accountability, but there's this level on working on me. Why am I attracting these type of people? So Sky doesn't want her dad to be like a wild card at her wedding. Like, I want you to be here, but I want you to, be cool. Don't be there wilding, okay? So we find out with James. James was close to his dad, and his dad passed away 5 years ago, a week before Christmas. He said that it has hurt him tremendously, and James has never let go of the passing of his dad. He has held on to it. James seemed like such a nice guy, and that doesn't take away from Kiva. When I tell y'all, what's her name? Sky. I'm sorry, Sky is just the cutest. Okay, like, I'm sorry, I know she's a grown woman, but y'all, she kind of favors my little cousin a little bit, but she is absolutely gorgeous. So the concerns, we get to the family and we hit their concerns. So Monique thinks that they both need counseling for their past traumas and she wants Sky to connect with her dad. Ja needs both to figure themselves out and figure out their past traumas. Terrence wants to be in a good place with both with James and Sky, and he wants everybody to see his real self, not the inebriated portion of James. Okay, so Sheikah wants James to heal from his father's passing. Drika wants him also to heal from his father's passing, and Jalen wants both families blended. So the task, we get down to the task, y'all. And Sky's with his family, James is with Sky's family. They ask Sky a question. She feels like James still needs to heal, and that he's still bothered from his dad's passing. And she says that it's she's like, it's really funny how, not like that, but like how he still hasn't gotten any grief counseling for this. So Sky says she lived in a home with domestic violence where her mom was being abused. And so Drika asked if they were trauma bonding. And they were like, no. Sky says she doesn't like that her dad can gaslight and be avoidant just because he says he's sorry. And that is a lot of people. Like, people who are avoidant tend to apologize in that moment. Like, it's almost like, I don't have no remorse, I'm just gonna apologize so we can get past it. Because I don't want to discuss it because I want to avoid discussing, and that means I have to take a inner look at myself. Like I didn't have to delve deep into me, and that's what that's about. And so it usually doesn't work like that because you have people, and even people like me, who have to really sit and process it. Because there was, again, just sharing y'all my story, there was a point where I was just like, pop, pop, pop. Just that. Me now, because you say you sorry, okay, let me process it. And I may process something totally different. I may be like, yeah, no, but that's just me. I don't know, and I wish people would be able to be open and be vulnerable about their feelings, or just it's okay to own up to things that you may not have done right, or how own up to the way you have shown up in this world. I don't know. Anyway, Jai asked Terrence, was he drinking? And they was all, I think they were getting ready to cook dinner, or they were in that dinner session. And so he almost got offensive. Jai is Terrence's son, Sky's brother. And so he almost got offensive. Defensive. And y'all already, that daddy started with that brown Hennessy, okay? Like, anything can happen at that table, okay? Anyway, James has a lot of hurt and pain with the passing of his dad, but he doesn't display that hurt and pain. He carries it around. It's like, man, that gotta be really heavy. Anyway, Sky said through all the abuse, her mom had to be strong and just kind of move on. So when she went to her mom, she talked to her mom at the table about this. So she was like, listen, there are moments where you had to endure this by the hands of this person, and I will come to you just so you can have a moment of emotion to emote. And I just wanted to check on you to see if you were okay, and you would just be like, I'm okay. And that's because they had to be okay, because their schmoozer was probably going to get mad at them for displaying some type of emotion. Okay? So, Monique says Sky, she gets defensive. She says Sky only remembers the negative, and she talks about, and she only points out the wrong that she did. And I think it's hard for Monique to hear Sky's truth. This is her experience. Yeah, she may remember the good times, but what harps is those bad times. And this is what I remember. And sometimes those bad kind of overshadow what was happening that was good. And the truth of the matter is, if somebody's putting their hands on you, this overshadows any and everything. Like, I can't see good in it, because I can't see in the good. I can't see good in the person that's being the aggressor. Let me say that. That's being the aggressor. And so Terrence then says to Monique, because he gets offended at this point because she kept saying what she did as a single mom. And he was like, well, you act like I didn't show up, and you act like I didn't step in. And so Monique was like, well, I did everything. I mean, it was just a all-out brawl. She was like, shut up. It was just an all-out brawl. Sky, her mom gets extremely upset, and she gets up. I want to say he got up and left. James got up and left. So Sky meets with Tracy and James. Tracy tells Sky when she says something to her mom, it brings up shame for her mom, and she has to attack. And now again, that's what I'm starting to notice with people. Not everybody. There are people out there who do feel like once you, and it doesn't matter how you go to them, they feel shame. It's nothing on you. It's what they feel. And so the shame that I feel now, I feel like I have to attack you. Like I have to defend myself. And so she tells Sky, that she can't talk her mom out of her shame. So That's another thing that I noticed that we do. And when that person feels attacked and they start to lash out, we then try to coddle them in that moment. And that is just basically, like Tracy said, that is us trying to talk them out of their shame because they haven't dealt with their situation, which is solely upon them, not us. But we want to take that on for them because we want them to be happy. We want them to be good. We want them to be in a, why is this about to make me cry? We want them to be in a good place. And it just don't work like that. And so Tracy did mention if you don't deal with the situation, then it grows into something more. Anyway, Sky said she did everything to try to please her mom. Tracy asked if her dad was there, was he drinking, in that moment, which was last night. She was like, yeah. So then Tracy is going to have Dr. Cynthia talk with James about his grief, him and his family, about his grief, his grieving for his father. They're talking to a grief counselor. Sky will have a dance lesson with her dad and talk to him about his drinking and how if he continues to drink, how his consequences, what would happen, like how his actions is gonna bring about some consequences. And so Sky goes to meet with the lady for the dance class. It was very cute. And he wants to be there, but again, he has to want to also stop drinking. And also, y'all know how that go. The 5 steps. It starts with the accountability part or acceptance or whatever. Is it acceptance? Acknowledgement? I think it's acknowledgement is one of them. It's either acknowledgement, acceptance, or I forgot. But Sky talks to her dad about his substance abuse. He said that the drinking is done. And so, they have the conversation. I didn't write everything. I just wrote that she talked to him. He said that he was going to be done with it. But we know that that is not to be true. You have to want to be done with it, not because somebody is asking you to be done with it. So anyway, James, his brother, and his mom talk with Dr. Cynthia. And so we find out that there were 3 major passings in their family that, that were timely passings. It was her mom, their dad, and I want to say it was a cousin or a sister or something. And so they were all there at their house when their father passed away. His mom says that she was in denial of her husband's passing. I want to say James said the same thing because when he would, kind of be at home, I think he said he would call his dad name and then he realized that his dad isn't there no more. And it happens because you're in, you pretty much do the same thing with people. And when you spend all of this time with people, once they're gone, you're like, oh, I know I wasn't the only one that can kind of share the same sentiment as James. Mine was not as deep as James, but I can imagine. Anyway, Dr. Cynthia tells them to give into their feelings. James said he will seek counseling and he will deal with it. So Sky and Monica met up. And I'm glad that Dr. Tracy added herself to their conversation because I don't think that Sky's mom would have been able to hear Sky without a neutral party being present. So Sky tells her mom after she talked about the effects of her mom's choices, she gets emotional. And it goes from getting, emotional to anger. Once she expresses her emotions, it goes from emotional to angry or mad. She says that she don't know the right or wrong things to say to her mom. So Tracy says Sky felt like she was mad because, she tells Monica this. She was like, well, Sky felt like you were mad because you were doing a lot of cursing and unregulated. You were unregulated. And so Tracy says since Monique had trauma, her little self has been terrorized by some people. And Tracy asked Monique to try. Okay, this, when I tell y'all, I heard this part, I was like, wow. You know how we say we are going to do something, we're going to try harder? Well, in that sense, Tracy was like, try different, not harder. To work with Sky, to work on your relationship with Sky, to, you know, so sometimes we want to try hard rather than trying something different. It's hard for people to try something different and to maneuver in a different way because they're so used to maneuvering like this. Anyway, in the blessing, everybody gave their blessing. The conclusion, Sky mom is listening more and her dad is drinking less, which is really good. James is committed to address his grief in therapy, and they found a venue without a pool and they're actually expecting a baby. So yeah, it was really good. Like, I really wish I had the terminology and all of that to break these things down as far as like a therapist, a mental health person will do. I know some of the lingo, I know a little bit, but not too much, not yet. Anyway, y'all, I have one more video for you guys, and then the next time y'all will see me is live tonight, live. So anyway, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.